I'm Kit Cassingham, founder of and Chief Energizing Officer at Live in Focused Energy. So I'm on a trip, class reunion, and decided that I would love to meet with my associate Angel because he is putting together a nonprofit for the purpose of training, teaching underprivileged kids, poor kids in Latin America how to be entrepreneurs. And I love the concept, so I wanted to meet with him briefly while I was in town. And we met and we started talking. I was wearing a monarch butterfly on my jacket, and it launched him on a story about Morelia, Mexico, which evidently is, wintering grounds for monarchs, and he loves that area. Partly because there's a scientist there she was there, who put him on the path to helping his son who had ADHD badly enough that he was considered a disruptive kid. He was kind of invited to leave several schools because the teachers just didn't know what to do with him. I don't think teachers know what to do with disruptive kids today. They get labeled in a variety of ways, everything from hoodlum, troublemaker, to autism, any number of things. But Angel knew that his son was a good kid. So when the scientist in Morelia said, there are some supplements, nutrients that you can take to help him, my friend went on a quest. He did find a doctor who gave medicine which helped control some of the ADHD behaviors. But it was Angel's and his wife's pursuit of proper nutrition. He especially talked about the supplements that they gave their son. But I quizzed him. I said, well, you gave him proper nutrition? And yes, absolutely. There's no sugar in the house. They eat a vegetarian diet. But he also has given his son structure and made sure he gets exercise. He sleeps well. And he has downtime. He and Angel do things together just to chill. But I got to talking to him to find out what more I could learn about ADHD, because here, 7 years later, his son has been able to, as he's ramped up the nutrients and fine-tuned them, he slowly came down off the meds which had made him a zombie. And they ceased about 2 years ago all the meds. And he continues to be a productive, well-rounded and adjusted kid. It's a delight to his parents and the teachers and his siblings as well. And I said to Angel that it was interesting to hear this because, one, it echoes the stories I hear of other kids who either aren't given meds or only given meds. And it takes more than that to manage ADD in kids or adults. And that's where my brain was going. So I wanted to kind of contrast the different approaches. I remember when I was teaching deaf kids how to ski, I had one little girl who was put on Ritalin against her mother's wishes. It's a crime. And so when she'd fall, her reaction to being on Ritalin is it just sapped her of energy. The teachers did that because her breakfast consisted of sugar. Her mom would take her to 7-Eleven. She was able to buy whatever she wanted, be it a Pop-Tart or a donut or a candy bar, whatever. So, of course, by the time she got on the ski bus, she was just bouncing off the walls, and the teachers didn't know what to do with her, so they'd pop her Ritalin. So I had this limp rag kid to try and teach to ski. Well, when I heard they gave her Ritalin, I said, do me a favor, next week, don't. It was amazing. When that little girl fell, she was able to pop back up and keep on learning. I loved that. Now, the mom that's what I call an ADD symptom, the bouncing off the walls, being distractible and impulsive. So I'm contemplating, Angel said, you need to coach kids to teach them the structure that they need to be productive adults? Well, I think there's some adults who need some coaching to help them be more productive, have more of the life that they want as well. So Angel and I talked about how much of which aspect played a role in his son's, recovery is not the right word, because I think the kid still has some issues, but he's drug-free and he's happy and he's good in school. He's pleasant to be with. So I'm contemplating, well, what is it adults need? And it's no different than what kids need. Adults and kids with ADD, or adults with partners who have ADD, or adults who have ADD symptoms for whatever imbalance in their lives, be it stress or hormones or whatever. They all need, and I'm putting myself in this category, structure. A regular bedtime, going to bed and getting up from bed in the morning. Regular meal times. Regular regulation. That doesn't have to be rigid, but it still needs to be a structure. And with that, it needs to include proper nutrition. Cut the sugar and the processed foods, the chemicals, the food colors and the sugar, all the variety of things you call sugar, all aggravate ADD. The too much processed food just isn't healthy. You need protein, animal or plant-based. You need lots of vegetables and some fruits. You need a lot of water and hydration. You need regular exercise. You need to learn to chill out, like I talked about last night. So taking those breaks every hour. And if you're having fun for an hour, take a break and chill. If you're working hard, take a break and have fun. And supplements really are important. There are quite a few doctors out there who do believe in using vitamin supplements to help regulate ADD. But I keep getting these articles that it helps all kinds of syndromes and problems that we see in society. That proper nutrition with supplements can make all the difference in a happy life or a bedraggled life. So I teased you a little bit with the question of, do you have a lot of chaos in your life? Do you have unfinished projects? Unstarted projects, perhaps? Do you find that, like I sometimes do, I say something before I've thought about it, or I don't think about all the consequences of it? Those are a lot of the things that get lost with ADD minds. The how to be structured, how to finish the first project before you start the second. Or if you want to challenge yourself, you finish the first and the second before you start the third and fourth. But the number of us who start a project and we hit a snag, we get distracted and put it down and never pick it up, and we do another one. Or I've had more friends say to me, "Oh, I just love it that Randy's written books. I'm going to write a book someday." And after hearing that for 30 years, I figured they probably aren't. And maybe that is a lack of self-discipline. I don't know. But discipline and structure and regimen kind of all go together in creating a productive life. And getting enough sleep. Scientists are showing every day that we have to get an average of 8 hours of sleep. Some people need a lot more, some people need a little less. But you're not doing yourself service in getting a lot less sleep. And yes, I know that you're afraid you're going to miss some fun, that you're going to miss an opportunity, etc. Saying no, get enough sleep, saying yes to your priorities, those are all the things that help create a manageable, productive life. So I'm not sure where it starts. I guess if we're adults, it's too late to train us as kids. But maybe we can learn to manage our ADD, our chaos, by practicing some of these basics that I've been talking about and will continue to talk about. Now, Some AD, there's 7 types of AD according to Dr. Daniel Amen. The American Psychiatry Department, I don't know, somebody says there are 3 types. Whatever. In fact, I've also seen in science medical journals there are 5 types. But each type needs a slightly different type of medication. And the intensity of the type probably indicates how much medication you need. Medication alone isn't going to do it. And if it's a severe enough case of ADD, all the other things you're doing right may not be enough. So you really need to, remember I said your life is a science lab? Well, there's a chance to experiment. Do all the things you can to pull your life together, to organize it and to be healthy and burn off that excess energy. And if that's still not enough, and some kind of coaching, be it an accountability coach or a good friend or life coach, high performance coach, whatever you choose to do, if that's not enough, maybe you need the proper medication, and I underline proper, so that you don't become a zombie like Angel's son did. We don't need any zombies. A zombie apocalypse will come upon us soon enough. We don't need to do it to ourselves. So that's just kind of a rundown on my thoughts of realizing that here's a young man who went through the things that I've been thinking were important. And he proved, and continues to prove, that yes, structure, proper nutrition, supplements, sleep, play, all of those make a difference to leading a productive life, as productive as high school kids can be. But he's on to some good dreams, so I think that he's got it. So do you have it? Are you willing to do what it takes to get your life under control so that you can live the life you want? I hope so. And keep listening, keep asking questions. You can go to my website, liveinfocusedenergy.com, and see the kinds of articles I'm writing, and going to buckle down. I'm going to get back to my newsletter gang, and I'll be sharing more and more thoughts and tips on how to get life under control and managed. And by the way, my husband and I have been working on the website, and it's hot off the press, fresh today, so go check it out. This is Kit Cassingham with liveinfocusedenergy.com. I'll see you tomorrow, and thanks for watching and being part of my journey to a restructured, productive life. See you tomorrow.